Mic check. Morning Discord, morning YouTube. Let's get into it. Okay, so we have some consolidation in the after hours and pre-market. We're right on VWAP right now. Let's give the market a chance to shake out the early morning volatility. Let's check out the higher time frame. So the 30-minute, we want to look to see if the legs spread apart here. We want to look to see if they start spreading apart, or if the legs close, and then this turns into a weak bear cycle. Got some volume coming in on the 5-minute chart. Now let me see something. So it looks like the 5 has now crossed above the 20. So we have our 20 at 65.72 and the 5 at 66.56. So let's see if we get continuation from the 5 and the 20 crossing. Because now that we have the price above the 5, above the 20, which is above, how far down do we gotta go? Which is above the 200, this is officially back to an uptrend. So let's see how the 5 and the 20 react to each other. So we have our price above our 5-day, which is above our 20-day, which is above our 200-day, which is technically an uptrend, right? Mathematically speaking, it has to be an uptrend. So let's look for long entries, and if we get past a certain level, then we'll know. But we want to look for our long entries because we're in the uptrend, right? Let's see if maybe we grab some liquidity off VWAP. Everyone would love to see the test of the 200-day. That'll be great. Buying opportunity if I've ever seen one. When I first started, I was so afraid to buy dips like that. I was like, oh, who knows where it's gonna end? But then, you know, as you get experience, you realize that there's a lot of money on the line and people aren't so willing to risk all that. So let's be patient, early morning chop. Let's just let it get out of the way. The market will reveal itself. Don't be too jumpy here. All right, on the 1 minute we got above the water. The 5 minute we might be starting our bull cycle. And the 30 minute, maybe the legs are gonna close. So ideally, this would be Probably a good buying opportunity or a call opportunity. However, let's just be patient because we're still stuck in this lick box. So later on in the day, if we have some structure, if we have some algos going, then we'll have a better idea. But for now, we're still in this lick box, so we don't want to get faked out on a liquidity grab back to VWAP. I know it looks juicy to go in on the call now, but we got to exercise patience. We have rules. We have rules. I'm not here to risk people's portfolio. So if I'm telling you something, it's because I have, you know, enough experience to know that it can easily go the opposite way really quick. And you're going to feel bad when you're like, oh, I could have waited for more data, more information, because now it's clear. It will be clear shortly. I know this looks good to go in on a call now, at least to maybe the top of the lick box. I get it. But let's just be patient. We want informed decisions. We're not going to jump in on, you know, just because we see green candles. So I believe at minimum, what we like to see is a BRR, a break, retest, reject of this lick box. At minimum, that's what that'd be ideal. That's what we like to see. So let's see which one of those play out. One of them's gonna play out, right? For sure, it's gonna happen. We already know that's gonna happen, because if it doesn't, then you're just stuck in here and you didn't lose much. Being a little more cautious today with the trend line, so just a tad more cautious. I want to let some more data go. I know I haven't drawn anything yet, but this is going to take some time. Give me a minute, let me cook. Is that how the kids say it? Let me cook. I know the call looks good on the break and retest of the VWAP. You know, maybe it's gonna hit top of pink. I get it. I know. I get it. But if you're wondering where the stock market's going, and so am I, right? We need data to let us know what's gonna happen. We need to know who's gonna win. We see what happened in here, right? We don't want to be a part of that. If you're trading in here, you're agreeing to the price. See, this is that early morning chop I was telling you about in the analysis. Just watch out for this. And be patient, because the more data we get, the easier it's going to be. Trust me, it happens every day. You know, I don't know how long it's going to take, but the market will reveal itself. It always does. Okay, I think I like that magenta. We'll probably use this magenta for the day. I don't know if it's gonna be the down, but it's what we got for right now, so let's be patient. It's what we got now. But I do like the magenta. If we break outside of this purple, if we get a strong move outside the purple, watch for that. Oh, I already have it over here. Okay, yeah, just. All right, so we're gonna use the magenta for today. Still need a little more time before I'm like, now it's easy. It'll happen. Just need a little more time. Okay, legs might be opening back up, but we're still above the water. The legs are opening back up, but we're still above the water. So let's say these legs close. It'll most likely close inside of the lick box. So let's watch out for that. 5 minutes says it has a little more room for the down. 1 minute says it got some room for the down. We'll see how we react to Pink Ranger. I think I like the purple and the magenta so far. But either way, we're still inside the lick box, so. What we want to do is identify the macro structure. We need to identify the macro, and that's going to take a little bit of time. We don't have enough price movement to determine that yet. It'll happen, you just got to be patient. One of these two things is going to happen. Now, how we play it, that's on you, but it's going to happen. And I know you're saying, okay, you're basically telling me we got a 50-50 shot. Yes. Yeah. The difference here is that we're making informed, educated decisions based on analysis, not based on vibes. That's the difference. Here's what we do know. All the liquidity is built up in this lick box. That's what we do know. So when it breaks, if it wants to continue, we're going to look for continuation if it breaks. Continuation is going to be either a weak, if it's going to be the downside, it's going to be a weak bull cycle along with our trend lines. But yeah, I think I'm liking this. I'm liking this magenta for sure. So just to recap for newcomers, this is highlighted a 1. If you look at it, it's 1. This is my confidence level based on the ability to make at least 30 cents. Because I think 30 cents is enough time for you to either cover your position, stop yourself out for a profit, or stop out for break even, whatever it is. What I'm trying to do is identify at least 30 cents of profit that I believe can be made. So this is a 1. This is a 1. We're still in this range, and I know we're in a range, right? So the confidence level for it producing over 30 cents is only a 1. If I had a little more confidence in it, it looked like this. If I had even more confidence, it looked like that. So again, we want to identify our macro algo. We're still in micro. We're still in the micro. I want to identify the macro. Once I do, you'll know. And you're probably wondering, well, why are you leaving this here? I'm leaving this here because this is from, this push up would be from the lick box. So it doesn't matter when it happens. The concept still applies. Now you remember earlier when I was like, look, I know these calls look juicy, but we don't go in on vibes. This is why. This is why we don't go in on vibes. We need data. The data is going to be the best information we can get. The charts is going to tell us what's going to happen. We have to learn to interpret what the charts are telling us. That's our job. And our risk here is, what we're risking is opportunity risk. Because this thing may break and just continue, and then never retest any of our levels, and then you feel FOMO. That's the risk you're taking. Ideally, we'd like to see a retest of a certain level, so it grabs the liquidity. The market tells us who's going to win the battle, the bulls or bears, and then it'll continue in a direction, and we're just along for the ride. It was brought to my attention yesterday that there was someone using my exact terminology. It sounded like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say he's copying me, but it sounded very similar. And I get it. There's gonna be some overlap, right? Because if we're all doing the same thing, there has to be some overlap, right? But I mean, dang, this was kind of obvious. But it's fine because I think imitation is the greatest form of flattery. It means we're doing something right. If people with much larger channels are you know, starting to do certain things that they've never done before, I get it. I get it. But it's flattering to me because it means we're doing something right. And whatever took them years and years to build, I've somehow managed to do it in slightly less time, which means if you're here with me, you're gonna do it even faster because I'm gonna cut through all the BS. I'm gonna cut through all the BS and all the technical terms that really don't mean anything, all right? Because it's either gonna go up or down. Let's just keep it simple. It's going up or down. Our job is to identify the least amount of risk on that path. All right, anyways, so we're below the water. Let's see what we got. I think it was last week. I told everyone, I was like, I think we had an op. We had an op in the Discord, and I didn't know, but I was like, I'm pretty sure this is an op. And I knew what was gonna happen. And then they start trading off my 5-minute chart on live. The audacity. The audacity. They use my 5-minute chart on their live stream. All right, let's see if we get a retest. Let's see if we get a, what is this? A break, retest, and reject a VWAP while still inside the purple. Let's see if that happens. We're below the water. We might get a weak bull cycle. So break, retest, reject a VWAP, still inside purple would be ideal. But you know you got to measure risk to reward because we're still inside the lick box, right? We know there's plenty of liquidity built up right here on 70.41. Plenty. And if there's liquidity built up here, that means they can easily grab the liquidity in order to make the next move. And I have the pink ranger here as secondary liquidity. So let's be patient. It's all going to plan so far. Pretty straightforward day today. Just a community notes message. I have a doctor's appointment in a little bit of time, so we got some time. Don't worry, I'll set you up. I got a doctor's appointment today, so I got to prepare for that. But we're good on time. Don't worry about it. Okay, so to recap, we've identified our liquidity box. We want to look for a break and retest of this liquidity box. This would be the ideal setup. Either side, top or bottom. We don't want to have a bias here. Because liquidity is going to break and it's going to move. All right, so technically this break in magenta would have been our entry, well, when the candle closes for our put, but you got to measure your risk to reward because you know the big liquidity is on 70.41. So you got to measure risk to reward. And then we have another secondary liquidity at 70.14. So let's see what happens with this liquidity break. If it breaks or if it grabs and shoots up, right? That's why we want to wait for the break and retest. I know it would be sexy to get in the break and retest of the of VWAP, right? Break and retest of VWAP with the rejection of purple still inside purple. Remember? Rewind the tape. I know I know, but we have big liquidity here. Let me finish charting on the 5 minute here. The more I do this, the more I realize it's really difficult to chart 5 minute, 1 minute, track to 30 minute. It's not easy. It's not easy. Okay, back to the action. Let's look at the 30 minute. 30 minute has the leg spreading. Let's see if it gets, let's see if they both start pointing in the same direction. Break of this magenta, let's say 62, 70, 62. 32 is enough to protect your trade. If you took this break in magenta, you have enough to protect your trade. If it shoots out from here, congratulations. If not, you have enough time and enough space to collect your profit if it's gonna fake out, or to stop out for a break even. So if you're following the strategy, if you watch all the videos, you'll know that this is a scalp technique now, right? Scalping. Get your money and get out. Everyone has different priorities here. Remember, ideally we like to see a break, a retest, and a reject to show us our macro, right? We're still in the micro structure. I might need to adjust purple, but I'm gonna leave it for now because I don't want it to look too self-serving. I guess no. I mean, sometimes you need to switch it up. I'll leave it for now. I'll leave purple for now. I just don't want it to make it look like I'm, you know, after the fact trying to cook the books. Do you see how we identified the risk from the break of this magenta till the liquidity, the secondary liquidity? We've identified this risk here. So you have to understand how to translate what I'm saying. It takes time, right? So let's say you took it, you stopped out short, or you stopped out for profit. You can always get back in. You can always get back in, and guess what? Maybe even a better price. Maybe even a better price. That's why it's really hard to lose. If you follow the strategy completely and totally, it's very hard to lose twice in a row. Very hard. You have to actively work against yourself to lose twice in a row. If you are in the Discord, you have access to this 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart is what we guide off of. So here, I'll just switch it up right now. This is purple. This is our magenta. I'm trying to translate the 5 and the... All right, so also called out was the break, the retest, and the reject of VWAP inside of the purple, right? This is also called out live on the stream. I called this out live on the stream. Break, retest, reject. I drew it on the screen. That's exactly what happened. So don't overstay your welcome because you know you're in this liquidity box. If you want to wait for some safety, you're looking for this here, something like this. Now I'm drawing it exaggerated because I want you to understand what I'm trying to show. I don't know when this is going to happen because this axis here is the time. I don't know when it's going to happen. I just know what it needs to look like. Okay. Let's look at higher time frame. Okay, we got some room for, it's still above the water, but we got some room for the down. We see the 5 maybe going to go test the 20 again. All right, so the Pink Ranger's a winner on our 30-minute. Only Discord members have access to Pink Rangers. Pink Ranger is right here at 70.47, and this is a winner. If you're not collecting by now, there's nothing I can do for you. If you're waiting for your setup, that means you're a good trader. If you're waiting for a setup, that means you understand. You understand risk. There's nothing wrong with waiting for the setup. Waiting for even a better price. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe you don't like to go through the pain, right? I get it. I don't like to go through the pain of seeing the green candle or the red candle the opposite direction. I get it. But we're identifying risk, right? We knew that this pink right here was going to be tough. We already knew that. It's not a coincidence that it bounced right off of this level. That's an on purpose. That's not a mistake. Let's see if we're going to form another magenta here. And then I know you're looking at magenta here and thinking, oh no, I should have been on magenta a long time ago. I get it. However, measure risk to reward. Look where you are. You're right on this liquidity level. There's plenty of liquidity built up right here. Wait for it to break. You'll get the confirmation when it retests and rejects, just like how we did up on VWAP. Now, is it possible this thing breaks and just shoots down without you? Yep. That's possible. That's the opportunity risk you're about to take or may take. I don't know. We're going to see what's going to happen. So again, I'm not claiming to, I don't have, what is it? Someone said yesterday that someone said yesterday they're in touch with the market, that they have, I don't know, some type of spiritual connection with the market. If you're buying onto that, stop. If you're listening to someone tell you that they have some type of mental connection with the market and that this makes him special, I promise you this was said on someone's live stream yesterday. If someone's telling you that, I got a bridge to sell you. I got some snake oil to sell you too. I promise on everything. Someone said that. I'll actually put in the Discord. I think this is the name. I think that's the name. And I heard with my own ears, this guy said, I have a special connection with the market. I was like, geez. And he had a lot of people watching him. A lot of people were watching. I couldn't believe it. All right, let's see what we got here. Back to work. On a micro level, I'm gonna clean up the chart just a bit. You see what we need. I'll put it back when it's relevant. But on a micro level, if it wants to head up, let's look for this, and this. Let's see if we get this. Okay. So purple is also a 1 because we're in the lick box. So measure risk to reward on VWAP, right? Because VWAP has the liquidity. Your safest bet is going to wait for, like that, on VWAP. So if this is VWAP, wait for a break or retest of VWAP. And then you can only ask for top of pink. We're still inside the pink ranger here. We already knew this was going to happen. We already knew. This is no surprise. That's why we wait for our confirmation. Just wait for it. This candle still has, what, 6, 7, 5 seconds on it. The last couple seconds, it could easily wick right down back into purple and fake you out. So wait for the liquidity grab. Liquidity grab is when we break a certain key level, retest it, and reject off of it. That's a liquidity grab. If it doesn't happen like that, then you don't have a liquidity grab. You just have, see? Just be patient. Just be patient. Let's look at a higher time frame. So on the 5-minute chart, which we should be guiding off of, we still got a minute and a half on this candle. Now, if we get back down to pink, look for the little dance. I'll show you what the dance looks like. We want to see a little dance to go out back this way. So if we got a little dance here to go up, we want to see a little dance here to go down. Okay, another algo is starting to present itself now, so just need a little more time. It's starting to show. Just give it a second. And look, if none of these things happen, if neither this nor this, if it doesn't happen, then guess what? You don't lose anything. That means you're the best trader on earth. If you think getting caught in this is pretty, you got another thing coming. Let's see if it stays inside magenta with a strong move. PSA, if you're sitting here trading with us on the YouTube live and you are appreciative or maybe even thankful for the analysis this morning, how about hit the like button? It's free. Don't cost you anything. It's not going to cost you a thing. And actually, scientifically proven, you get good luck from it. That's science, okay? You get good luck if you hit like button right now on this live. I didn't make up the rules, folks. That's just what it is. If you want good luck, that's what it takes. Now we see liquidity building up in purple, and we see liquidity building up in magenta here. So look at all this liquidity built up here. Watch. Look at all this built up right here. Now it does seem to be building towards the lower half of this lick box. So we got to be patient here, right? You're just stuck in this little tiny one now. You don't want to get caught in this. Unless you know something I don't. Testing VWAP again. If it's gonna break VWAP, it needs to have a strong move above VWAP. VWAP stands for the volume weighted average price. It's just another indication of price action, kinda, and a lot of people use it. So we rarely use VWAP. We only use VWAP if the 5 and the 20 aren't close by. Then we might use VWAP. Look, we prepared for this early morning chop. We prepared for it. Look at the trade plan. This is all, we already knew this was gonna happen. When it moves, it's gonna move. You just gotta be patient. Here's the analysis from this morning. Wait for deep structure today. Oh wait, I didn't put it. Oh. Wait for deep structure today. Maybe we'll use VWAP. I could have swore I said something about early morning chop, but I didn't put it. My bad. Oh no! I put it in the live yeah. Hold on. Updated. Okay. You know what? Don't get old. Oh, here it is. 620. West Coast. Let's watch out for the morning chop. If we miss the initial move, so be it. We'll live. The market will reveal itself. That's what the message says in pre-market. So we're prepared for this. I knew I wasn't going crazy. So this magenta's holding up pretty well. We'll see if we get some strength off of VWAP. We broke the purple on the 5-minute. Discord should be guiding off the 5-minute, by the way. See that strong move off of VWAP? We'll let the candle close. Still got some time. 30 seconds on the candle. 30 seconds still on the candle. All right, this is the morning chop we're concerned about. We don't have any real movement here. So if you didn't take any trades, you did the right thing. We're back at market open. You missed absolutely nothing. You didn't miss anything, unless you're scalping. A couple scalp opportunities, but it's sketchy in there. That's what I'm saying. You gotta wait for this lick box to clear. You want to clear this lick box minimum. But again, I'm charting for different time frames. Some people are scalping. Some people want to swing. Some people want the deep structure. I'm trying to accommodate many different styles here. I'm just identifying the risk. All right, we're gonna have to call purple a winner. Break a purple is where is that? 65 to 30 as of now. If you didn't take this trade right here, don't feel FOMO. It's okay. Do not feel FOMO. If you didn't take it off the break of VWAP, then again, don't feel FOMO. Just didn't look the way it should to you. This has to be, you got to be comfortable with your decisions here. This is your money on the line. I'm showing you where the risk is. We knew that puts had to look like this, right? We knew puts had to look like that. We knew that calls had to look like this or this. We had two options here, either this shoulder or this shoulder. So if you didn't take any trades, there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. It's still in a look at the money. Oh man. We're gonna see if we can get over this dotted line right here, 71.80. And if we get over this, we're gonna look for 72.23. Okay. Okay, let's dissect this trade for new traders. The magenta is our put scenario. This is when we're buying puts on the break of magenta. Our call scenario is on the break of this purple. So the price broke purple, you hold for the retracement, Bob's your uncle, winner. This is a winner, right? This is our, if you follow, if you're watching the videos, this is our setup. This is our classic setup right here. Let's see if we break this dotted line. Let's see if we break the dotted line. We'll see, we'll see. We will see, OG. It'd be ideal if it did touch the pink and then retrace a bit. Probably to the exact level that I put it. That'll be ideal. But the opportunity risk is if it breaks pink and just keeps going. Again, our ideal setup is going to be the break, retest, and reject of the pink. That'd be ideal. We're still below the dotted line. All right, let me clean up the chart. If it wants to head down, watch out for that. That doesn't mean you just jump on one candle, right? Don't just jump on the candle. All right, good job, good job, good job. Good job, Ron. Don't be mad, right? The market gave you what it gives you. You can't be mad about that move, right? We knew exactly what to expect. You did great. You did great. You collected your money the way you're supposed to. Because, you know, day's still young. You got plenty of time. We just need to identify the setup. Allow it to happen. You're getting much better. Good job. I'm really glad to see everyone making this progress here. As far as the analysis portion and taking the proper trades, holding for the amount of time you're supposed to, we're making really good progress. That's really good. You're gonna find strength in numbers, so don't be afraid to get in that in the chat and, you know, come up with a plan. Because when I'm charting, you know, I'm very focused on the charting. I can't be back and forth. Oh geez, you guys have the option, the power to make polls. Not the dancing type, but you have the option to make polls, right? So you can make a poll. Look it up before you start messing with it. But I believe I gave you guys the option to make polls, so you can do break of whatever, you know, see how many people vote whichever way. We'll play with it. We'll play with it. But this was a good trade here. This was a really good trade. Break of purple. That was over a point and a half. You can't be upset with a 1.5 in a tight range. Right? You can't be upset with that. That's a good move. Yeah, because of this range, yeah, we're in a tight range here. We're in this lick box right here. We're at market open right now, so okay. Okay. And then from here to here, look, you know where your risk to reward is, right? You can only ask to the bottom of the lick box. Man, this is like scalper's paradise today. You see how it's dancing right above the shoulder? Just be patient. That's not an accident. That's not an accident. Be patient. It's right on top of the shoulder. Don't let one candle, you know, fool you. It's about to get easier. It's about to get way easier in a little bit. Watch. Man, we did all this with just two colors today. We did good work. This is stress-free trading. This is stress-free. We had our clear entries. Clear entries. This is stress-free. And no, I don't have my ear to the market's heartbeat or whatever that guy said. Yeah, he said he's got some personal line to the stock market, and you got people. Man, I feel so bad for these people, man. But you know, everyone has their own style, so. And he may have more information in his Discord that I don't know about. So before I pass, I just think that's a wild statement. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's a wild statement that this person has personal knowledge of the stock market. Like the market makers are conferring with him. Him and his, I don't even know how many followers, but I know he had like 150 people viewing at the time. Like the market makers are conferring with him. Him and his 150 viewers. Hey, what should we do here? Look at them. Come on now. I'm gonna give it some more time. Because we're still in this range, right? We're still in the range. I don't have any personal unfortunately I don't have a personal connection to the stock market. Oh my goodness. Wild. Wild. Don't overstay your welcome, right? You see the liquidity built up right here. Oh my goodness. It's almost too easy. Let me not say that because YouTube keeps shadow banning me. They keep shadow banning. They wouldn't even show me my own video. This is how insane these people are. They won't even show me my own video that that I posted a new video or that I have a live coming up. They don't give me notifications. They don't give me anything. My own video, they don't do. So if the message isn't getting out, they're actively working against me. Look at the money we printed. Look at the money we printed. Let's check higher time frame. Let me chart. Let me do some work. You guys got me talking too much. Oh, look at this indecision candle on the 30-minute. Indecision candle on the 30-minute chart. Careful here. If you're waiting for this, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that if you're waiting for that. Come on, do it. I dare you. Do it. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, are you getting it? All right, good. Hell yeah. Because it's not showing me my own damn videos. All right, we're testing the water right now. It's testing the water. And maybe trying to form double bottom. If you don't know, double bottom in our Discord doesn't mean what you think it means. If you're on YouTube, you need to join the Discord. It might be forming a double bottom. We don't know yet. This could just be continuation. So we're gonna, you know, if you're waiting for that double bottom, you got to be patient here. Okay. I got all of that from magenta till wherever it is now. That was a good move. That was a good move. I like that. Look, clear. It was clear, right? Our put entries on the break of magenta. Our call entries on the break of purple. It can't get any more clear than that. It's color coded, right? Even if you were the preschooler that liked to color outside the lines, I'm sure you could have made it. You could have made something there. All right. Look at this tight range. We're still printing. Don't overstay your welcome. You'll be fine. Take what the market gives you, right? Don't overstay your welcome. Don't let it go against you. For what reason? You can always get back in. And even for a better price sometimes. So let the winner win. All right, we had a good day. We had a good day. I'm gonna clean up the chart just a bit. It's about to get way easier. If you waited all this time, you did the right thing. It's about to get way easier. Watch. In this little tight range, we're back at market open. If you didn't take any trades, you did the right thing. We're back at market open. We knew this was going to happen. The early morning chop I was talking about in pre-market. This is it. This is it happening. And there was no real initial move, right? Because it was, look at this, it was kind of choppy. That's why we just wait for our setup. We identify the liquidity in magenta. Break of this magenta, that was the put entry, right? Don't overstay your welcome because you know we're in a range. Easy. Level by level. I mean, not easy. I know it's the risk. It's the only thing that makes it hard is you trusting the system that I've spent so much time trying to. I'm not going to say it's perfected or it's perfect. There's no such thing in the stock market. And if anyone's telling you otherwise, run away from them. Run away from them. Maybe we got a little double bottom right here. Maybe a small double bottom between actual double bottom, micro double bottom. I was just talking on mute. Spanker, I was looking at what you're saying, and now I see it. I wasn't, we still got some time for this candle to close, right? 20 minutes, but I see what you're saying. My eyes just glossed over it because I'm old. But yeah, good analysis there. Perfect observation. But it's got 20 minutes on the candle, so. And look, here's the thing. If we made money today, then, you know, you see you're sitting here in chop. Just be happy with the money you got. Just be happy with the money you got. We can't be greedy. You got to take what the market gives us. Live to come on now. Live to fight another day. You don't always have to be in a trade. We don't always have to. This is going to destroy your account if you feel like, oh, look, I missed that move, or I should have went in on here. This is how you're going to destroy your account. I don't have a personal, I don't have this, look at the money. I don't have a stock market cell phone number that I'm like, hey, market makers, what's the plan here? That's not me. I'm not that guy. If you're looking for your psychic friend, hey, there's other channels out there. This channel, we go off of data. We like data. So look, you're in blue until you're not. You're in blue until you're not. This is gonna get way easier. Uh-oh, my computer's starting to get funky. It's like I'm playing Call of Duty and lag just started to hit my lag. I'm starting to lag now. What the heck? All right. I don't know what's going on, but my computer's starting to lag. Hopefully it doesn't cut the stream. Okay, I'll be right back. Be patient. Don't overtrade. Warning, if you're sitting here trying to trade off of YouTube, it's very difficult. You need to join the Discord. It's free for a 24-hour session. You lose nothing. Send me an email to LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com and I'm going to get you sorted out. You're missing half the battle here if you're not in the Discord, and that's just the truth. If you're trading off YouTube, that's a risk. You're missing half the battle. And you get a free trial, right? So why would you not? You know what? You do what you do. You do what you do. Okay, good. There you go. You printed, take your money and leave. Good job. This is what you should be doing. Take your money. Let's say you went in and never risk your full profit, right? You risk some of your profit on your next trade. You don't risk your full profit. You always want to leave green. I mean, that's the goal, obviously, but we're still stuck in this range. If you haven't taken a trade, you did the right thing. You're doing the right thing, right? Let's check higher time frame. The Discord was well aware of what to watch out for. This is in our 30-minute chart on the Discord. You only get these access to my charts in the Discord, right? If you're sitting here trying to trade off of YouTube, good luck. It's not easy. You got too many things going against you. It's free for a session. We're back at market open. You missed nothing. Let's see if it gains strength off VWAP and stays inside of what is this? Magenta. Also, this episode is brought to you by Alibaba's and Escondido. If you're looking for a very clean restaurant, Middle Eastern restaurant, Middle Eastern / Mediterranean restaurant, I highly recommend Alibaba's and Escondido. If you're ever in San Diego, tell them LiveSPYTrading sent you, get a 20% off. The owners, they make you feel like your family. They make you feel like your family. Quick story. My first time in San Diego, I went to like a subset of Alibaba's, and I was honored enough to meet the owner, and without knowing me, this guy says to me, "Have you ever had dolma?" I'm like, "Dolma? What the heck is dolma?" You know, because I'm young at the time and uneducated in the world, the ways of the world. He's like, "You know what? I'm gonna bring you some dolma next time." And I left there thinking, I'm like, this guy, there's no way, right? He's just saying that people say things. I'm like, oh, okay, cool story, bro. Next time I went, this guy had dolma, and it was homemade. And then it was pretty much the best thing I've ever tasted in my life, and I fell in love. So I started going to the restaurant. Come to find out, it was the same homemade flavor, the same, and the quality of the product. So Alibaba's and Escondido, I highly recommend it. The food is on another level, just the quality is on another level, and the sanitation, I can't get over that. It's just so clean in there. Highly recommend it, Alibaba's. Careful with that margin account. Careful with margin. I personally don't like trading on margin. Careful with that margin. If you have a margin, we'll talk after. But you need to have a hedge on if you're gonna trade with margin. You need to have enough to have a hedge, or else you can get a margin call. Look, this is just chop. If you're waiting for the break of this pink ranger on the 1 minute, good. Okay, so here's a really good learning lesson right here. It just happened. So let's say you went in on the break of this purple, right? Because you believe the price to be going up. If you follow the strategy, and you got the worst possible entry, either one of these would be your worst possible entry. If you follow the strategy, you put your stop below the last low, you survive the retracement, you at least get another bite at the apple. Look, you could have stopped out for maybe a little bit of profit or break even if you follow the strategy. This is how you minimize your risk. You have to follow the strategy. It is what it is. If you're not following it, it doesn't make sense to sit in the Discord being a contributing member and you're not going to follow the information I'm putting out. Because you have to understand, I've done all the work already. I've already done the work. I've already taken all the loss. You don't need to take the loss. I'm telling you how to become a consistent trader. Consistency is what we care about. Once you get the consistency, you can scale, right? So look, break a purple, you put your stop below the last low. And I actually have a homework assignment on this that I put out for everyone to do. I've been referring to this homework assignment because I understand that we get scared out by the red candle. I get it. But look, I have the guardrail up, right? The guardrail. If you don't know what the guardrail is, you gotta ask OG. Or DM me directly and we'll talk after. You get another bite at the apple. Even if you got the worst possible fill, you could have made some profit, or you get another bite at the apple to stop out for zero loss. If you follow the strategy, it's all written down in the Discord. It's all written down ahead of time. You don't even have to think. You actually don't even have to think. Let me not say that. You gotta think. You gotta think, because there's always risk to reward. But you knew on the break of this purple, you're looking for a higher day. And if you get past that, then you're looking for pink ranger. Level by level. You have to follow the strategy. Higher day is going to be at the dotted line. Okay, also I need to come up with another catchphrase besides look at the money we're printing, because YouTube apparently doesn't like that. So I need to come up with something else. It might be like, look at this short-term success we're experiencing. Look at this short-term success we're experiencing. That's what I have to say. I guess. I don't know what they want me to say, because I have a record that says I don't make unreliable claims, but if that's what they like, that's what they like. Look at the short-term success we're experiencing right now. You just have to follow the strategy. Oh, man. You know, it's funny. They shadow ban my videos, and you got other people out here saying that literally on live stream that he has a special connection to the stock market. That he has a mental special connection to the stock market. I BS you not. You can look You go look for yourself. This guy's saying some wild stuff. And if I wasn't confident, I wouldn't tell you exactly where to go look. I'm confident. I know the product we have here. I know it's a solid product. And I know our record. Even if you got the worst possible fill on the break of this purple, this is a win. I mean, it's right. It's in front of your face. There's nothing more I can do. You have to follow the strategy. That's it. Because you have to understand, if you follow this strategy, it's very hard to be wrong twice in a row. We knew we were going to test this, right? We knew we were going to test this on the break of this purple. I mean, I only said it ahead of time. There's nothing more I can do. I even told you, watch out for the liquidity grab off of VWAP and purple at the same time. That's not an accident, right? This is not an accident. No one else on the internet's doing this. I promise you that. They may have smoke and mirrors, and maybe they got the stock market cell phone number and they can hit them up on the hit. Maybe that's them. I don't have that. All I do, I have data. We have data. We are data driven. We're not going off of vibes here. Everything we do is analysis. All of it. Risk to reward. Look at the money. Look at the short-term success we're having. Look at the short-term success we're having right now. Come on now. Look at the success. Look at the short-term success. There it is. There it is. Look at the short-term success we're having. Everything played out to perfection. Let me not say that. Everything played out in our favor, luckily. I guess that's what they want us to say, as if I didn't sit here and say what exactly was going to happen before. If they want me to play stupid, all right, I'll play stupid. I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't call it out 20 minutes ahead of time. If they want me to play stupid, I guess we'll play stupid games. But luckily, in this game we play, we don't win stupid prizes. We don't win the stupid prizes. We get the prizes we deserve. Look at the short-term success we are having. Today's been a great day. You just got to stick to the strategy. And if you're not comfortable with it yet, you're going to see over time, you're going to be annoyed. Jeez, man, he keeps saying the same thing over and over and over. It can't get any more simple. The break of the magenta for puts, the break of purple for calls. Now, how you play that, that's on you. I can't control that. If you got your little greasy hands, sweaty palms, sweat dripping down your brow, and you're constantly moving your stop and all this, and you're not letting your winners win, I can't do anything about that. What I have done is I put out very pertinent information that is available to all the Discord to know how to play this strategy to become with the least amount of risk and the greatest amount of success. Now, because we like to go in on right shoulders and handles, you know, we may not get all of it, right? We don't get 100% of the move, but it's enough to be consistent. That's what we want. Consistency. Who wants to show up to work and not know if they're going to get a paycheck? Who wants to no one wants to do. Look at the short-term success we're having. Disclaimer, I have to say that because YouTube, but it's in front of your face. The fact that I don't have like a flood of people trying to join the Discord is insane. It's insane. Everyone's willing to go buy beer, to go buy cigarettes and beer and whatever else you're buying on OnlyFans. Who knows? You're willing to spend the money on that, but you're not willing to spend. And I'm even offering a free. It doesn't make sense. And you know what? It's not for everybody. Because when the rug gets pulled out from underneath you, you're gonna be upset, and then the price is gonna be higher because the Discord price is gonna raise. If you're already in, you don't have to worry about it. You're grandfathered in, but the price is going up because I provide too much value. I just do. It's a fact. I'm not gonna deny what the fact is. No one's doing this. Not like me. Well, don't front run it. Allow the break and retest. Don't front run it. It's okay. Listen, this is all a part of the process. This is all a part of the process. You have, okay, what we need to do, you know, everyone made money, good. But now you're feeling FOMO, oh man, I didn't get enough money. You got to get that mind state out. You got to get that mind state out. Because this is greed. This is greed filling your heart. And greed is going to lead you to FOMO. FOMO is going to lead you to taking risky, thin structure plays, right? We want deep structure. So don't feel, man, I could have got more. Every trader in the world could have said, I could have got more, right? Everyone. We want consistency. As long as you get consistency, you'll realize that even the small move, once you level that account, once you start doing multiple contracts, that's a full work day in an hour, 2 hours. It just takes time, right? You can't front run it. You have to be comfortable with the strategy. No one else is doing this like this. It just doesn't exist. Not with the level of clarity, not with the consistency. It just doesn't happen. And I'm not going off of vibes. Look at the short-term success we're having. Oh man, look at the short-term success. Now, if your brokerage isn't filling orders, there ain't nothing I can do about that. That's bad luck. That's bad luck, brother. You need to get a new brokerage. Look at the short-term success we're having. It simply doesn't get any better. If you're not in this Discord, you don't know about Pink Rangers. If you're not in the Discord, you don't know about it. Look at the short-term success we're having. Simply amazing. It's simply amazing. You know what? It's not, because we do it consistently, right? There's nothing to be amazed about when we sit here and do the work. Why are we amazed? Because we actually did analysis and we did work to figure out liquidity. We're not going to be amazed by this. You know what you should be amazed by? Someone that says that they have a direct connection to the stock market. Be amazed by that. That's incredible. That is incredible. I put in the Discord his name. If you want to know the channel, I'll let you know. You go look for yourself. He's not doing this. I promise you. Promise you that. But again, I think that the greatest form of flattery is the imitation. So, but I will tell you this: there can only be one, and it ain't you, brother. It ain't you. Report that. Record that. Right? Steal that chart. Steal that chart. Because it ain't you. You're not the one. You are not Himothy. Look at the short-term success we are having. Right? Okay, we're going to recap. Break a magenta was our put scenario. Winner. Break a magenta. Winner. Break a purple. Winner. Break a purple. Winner. Nothing more I can do. We're 100%. We are 100%. And YouTube, this isn't unreliable claims. I'm just stating what the facts are. Okay? For today, we're 100%. There's nothing I can do about that, YouTube. You want me to lie to these people? Jeez. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I just did something bad. What did I just do? Okay, alright, we're back. My bad. Okay, top of blue, don't overstay your welcome. Okay, we're high above the water. If you're looking for an entry, right? Now is when you might see this thing right here. Oh, my computer's starting to act up. It's a little exaggerated, right? This is exaggerated, but this is what you want to look for. Something like this. We waited all this time for this moment here, so allow it to happen. And if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. Then that's not the setup, and you just saved yourself heartache and grief. Easy. Look at the short-term success we just had today. And also, you know, if you're newer here and you're not comfortable yet, you know, this is a process. You should be, if you're new, you should be paper trading, bottom line. If you're not, here's what you're risking. You're going to see all the other members saying, oh, I'm printing money, or, you know, short-term success. And then that's going to make you feel FOMO. If you don't stick to your plan and your strategy, I've already worked it out, right? I have the videos on it. If you're not sticking to that, you're risking your account. I developed this specifically for people who have no idea. That's never done it before. You can start from day one, video one. It'll take, I don't know, it may take you, I think if you put in the work and you wrote down some notes or you got questions, it maybe take you, I'd say one full day. I'd say one full day to get all the information you need to actually sit here and start paper trading. But if you took that time, one full day, because, you know, the videos are like, what, 20, 30 minutes? Something like that. Some of them are a little bit longer. Because on the weekend, sometimes I like to do live sessions with everybody. So we get live training sessions in here. All right, hold on, wait. Let me, here, watch out. We need to watch out. My computer is bogging down, so. My computer's starting to bog down. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. I'll be right back. I have to take this call. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what we got. Where are we at? Let's see if we break above this blue and then make blue support. I think we're stuck in this little range right here, this little lick box right here. I'm gonna clean up the chart just a bit. Let's let all this settle out. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? All right, so we're going to recap for the day right now. We identified that magenta is going to be our down for the day. So we had magenta, magenta, magenta. These are all winners. And purple is going to be our call scenario for the day. Purple, purple, big winners. So we did good work today. We did very good work today. Everything hit. Everything hit. We knew our safety put scenario. Give me one moment. We knew our safety put scenario was going to be somewhere like this. We're still inside this magenta right here. Let's see if we get a weak bear cycle. If you don't know what a weak bear cycle is, you gotta ask one of the OGs or DM me after. DM me after the session if you don't know what a weak bear cycle is. Weak bear cycle means we want to look for continuation, something like this. All right, look, Discord. If you took the pink ranger, you're in profit, right? You're in profit. You have to embrace the retrace. Well, depending on when you got in, but pink ranger hit. Pink ranger hit from 72.23 to 72.72. That's a winner. That is a winner day trading. He's got to be a little bit patient and know not to overstay your welcome. This is exactly why I identified these ranges right here. This is exactly why I identified it. Fully aware what to expect. Let's check higher time frame. If I make a slight adjustment on here. I mean, yeah, it's all working out. It's all working out the plan. Okay, one of the trader OGs put out in the Discord the break of this blue. It also broke the blue and it broke this magenta here. All right, now let's see if we get caught in the pink rain, the big pink ranger chop. Now we got to be patient. Now we got to be patient and wait. Wait for that weak bear. Wait for the weak bear cycle. If the bear cycle is going to be significant, then we're going to look for a shoulder on VWAP. But we're in blue until we're not, right? Look, we're in this blue until we're not. I'm sorry it did all this, but my computer's literally lagging. It never does this. All right, here we go. Let's see if that helps. Man, I feel like I'm in a Call of Duty sweaty lobby. There's so much lag. Yeah, it's lagging. All right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, good job. Good job. Don't overstay your welcome. We're in a tight range. You see we're just in blue, right? We're going to be in blue until we're not. That's the answer. Blue has all the liquidity. We identified blue at around 10:30 Eastern. Yeah, today's a pretty straightforward day as long as we just stick to the strategy. It's been working, right? It hasn't not worked so far. I'll say that. Today, it hasn't not worked so far today. We've had some pretty good success today. We had some pretty good success today. I'm gonna put this one at 2 actually. I have this blue highlighted at a 2 because it's still in the range. Ideally, we like to form a blue. Here, this is what we want to see. Let's see if this happens, right? Let me clean this up. I'll leave it for now, but this is what we want to see. If we get this. One of these two things is going to happen. The way you play it, that's on you. Look at the magenta. Look at the short-term success we're having on magenta. Look at this money. Look at the success we had from magenta. Listen, the scenario was calls on the break of purple, puts on the break of magenta. There's nothing more I can do. Where to go? Straight to VWAP. Look for the dance on VWAP if it wants to head down, the break below. Okay? If you didn't get in on magenta, it's too late now, right? It's in the middle of the move. You're in the middle of the water here. You have to, you gotta stick to the strategy because it works. How many times do I gotta prove it? We only did it 100% today, right? But 100% to YouTube is unreliable claims. So short-term success. That's what we're calling it from now on. Short-term success. Look at the short-term success we're having from, again, Again, the same setup. Once again, there's no difference. Now, how you play it, that's on you. I'm not controlling your little sticky fingers. Today's been a phenomenal day. Even in this little tight range, we're able to extract consistent profit from the market. We want consistency. We don't care about vibes. We want to make sure that we can make this a thing. We can support our family and help other people. That's what the goal is. That's what the goal of this channel is. It's not about greed, and it's not about wasteful spending. You got to use this money for the right thing. I'm telling you. If you don't use the money for the right thing, bad things are going to happen. This strategy is designed for only, you have to use this money for the right thing. That's all I can tell you. If you're doing it for the wrong thing and you're spending money crazy, you're going to get it. It's going to come back to you. That's just the truth. But this magenta's been very good to us. Magenta's been very good to us. Let's check hard time frame. It's all going to plan. It is all going to plan. 30-minute, all going to plan. None of this is a surprise. I'll see if we break it. One of these things is going to happen. Now, how you play it, that's on you. And guess what? If none of this happens, then you just saved yourself some heartache. Okay. I need to restart, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to let it run like this. And yeah, I'm just going to let it run like this. Nothing I can do here. We're in the middle of a move and I can't restart the computer. I mean, I guess I could use my phone, but I don't like trading off the phone. That's too hard. You got to measure your risk to reward on this, right? Because you know VWAP's right here. So your safety is going to be somewhere down here. This is your safety for puts. I'm telling you right now. This is your safety for puts. Your safety for calls, somewhere up here. Nothing's changed since this morning. We were able to extract every dime out of this market, luckily. Well, we missed the initial, right? We missed this one because we needed data. This one's a little risky, but it was still a winner. And then everything after that was the emoji, the face emoji with the money coming out the tongue. So the break of this magenta, we're still in this move, right? You should be trailing your stop along. Well, when you get to OG status, it'll be trailing along this purple here. But because we're in a tight range, we need to really look at the short-term success we're having. Again, from this magenta here, this one's the risky one. This one's the risky one. Why? Because we're right next to VWAP. So we got to go level by level. We can't ask for anything more than each level, because every level is an opportunity for someone to hit buy and completely turn this the other way around. So we go level by level. We know we have to settle out the orders to get us to this point here. Still inside this magenta. It didn't close yet, right? This is the wick. It didn't close. You gotta wait for candles to close. What we want to see is if we're making this. Jesus Christ, this is hard to do with the lagging computer. We want to see this to see if we're forming this wedge. Negative. Negative. I can't do that. I cannot do that. Negative. I'm too old to try to I'm too old to try to switch it up now. No, I just needed a restart. That's all. I just need a restart. Because every day I have to, especially after I make videos and edit the videos, I like to clean everything out and restart, and I'm pretty sure I did restart, but I didn't close down all the background programs that I normally do. So I got stuff running in the background that I probably shouldn't. Not any crazy stuff. Not downloading any weird stuff like you guys download the weird stuff. I'm not doing that. Yeah. That's me. Allow this to settle out. Allow this to settle. Here, watch. Let me clean this up. I'm gonna clean up the chart a bit. Take a screenshot. Or I'll just do what I gotta do here. For anyone wanting to join the Discord, you're gonna have to wait till after the session. I have to dedicate my time to the Discord members. If you're really interested in joining on YouTube, send me an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I'll get you sorted, but I'm not at a point where I can do that right now. Send me an email. I'm not gonna miss it. Don't worry. LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I'll get you sorted. Well, I guess you got an elite circle, my friend. You have the elite circle. Yeah, stress-free trading. We know exactly what we're looking for, right? We need to be somewhere up here or somewhere below here. Otherwise you're trading in the chop. Stress-free trading, you don't have to worry about it. Don't even think twice about it. Let me take away this magenta. It didn't form. Also, newcomers, if you plan on trying to run some type of scheme where you're just going to copy the charts and try to trade off the charts on your own, I update the charts. I'm going to update it as soon as you leave, so it's the fool's errand. You're just going to waste your time, because that link will be invalid and only the Discord members will have access to it. So don't I'm just telling you, it's going to be a waste of time. I'm hip to the game already. See, we're looking for here for continuation. I wanted to see us grab liquidity, retest this lick box here, and let's see if we reject off the lick box, right? So this is what maybe a little more patience. Just need a little more patience. Let's see if this happens. Remember, I don't know when the thing's gonna happen. I just know what it needs to look like. If you're going on purple here, you gotta measure risk to reward. You gotta measure your risk to reward. You see you're on pink already. You're somewhere up here is gonna be your safety, right? Above the pink, somewhere up here. We wanna know we took out this liquidity here too, over here. See these two pockets right here? We want to know we'll only know we took this out once we get above it, and that's the answer. Now you're saying, but why not just get in from here? That's the risk you're taking. That is the risk you are taking. We're still in the range. I'm identifying risk. I don't have a special cell phone to the stock market. I'm telling you where the risk is, and I'm telling you where the safety is. We're still in a range, right? If we weren't in this range, it'll be a different story. It'll be a different story, but we're in the range, so we can only go level by level. You see what's happening at every key level. So I'm not making things up. It is what it is. I'm identifying safe, safe, quote unquote safe, consistent moves based on price action, market analysis. That's all I can do. And we may not get 100% of the move, but you know, if we can scrape off 30%, we're good. We're good. Because you can't ask for too much in this tight range. I said this morning, it's gonna be choppy. Watch out for the chop. So you have to read my analysis every morning. Every morning you gotta read the analysis as a part of your work, right? If you're coming up to show up for a job, this is part of it. If you want to make this a thing, like this is part of your job. Now, granted, you could be the type of worker that skates by all day, that doesn't put any effort, and you're going to get exactly what you put in. And also, you're going to be forever beholden to me. If you don't put in the work and learn and look at the patterns and understand what's happening, you will forever be beholden to me. I'm fully aware that eventually you're going to go off on your own. You're going to learn it. You might stay. You might stay. But the point is, I'm fully aware of this. This is no surprise to me. But I will tell you, it takes time. This takes time. T3. This takes time. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. We're identifying risk. If you're not willing to wait for the move, then you're not willing to, if you're jumping in on every little candle, that's on you. I'm telling you where the safety is. Calls got to be somewhere up here, puts somewhere down here. We want to see some type of structure. Now, if you're the risky type and you're trading in the middle of the water like this, that's on you. I can't do anything about that. You have a different risk tolerance than I do, and I respect it. I respect it. As long as you manage your risk appropriately, you'll be fine. And I got a few more minutes on here. Let's say we'll do another 20-30 minutes. I want this move to. I want one more move to happen. We're stuck in the middle of the water here. There's no trade set up here really. But one of these two things is gonna happen. It's going to happen. I don't know when, but I know what it needs to look like. We don't want to get caught between pink and VWAP. So let's say, for example, for some reason, even though I'm saying exactly where your entries are, let's say you took the call on this break of purple. You put your stop below the last low, which would be here. This is a very reasonable stop. If it doesn't work, it's okay, because you know what the next setup has to look like. Or you might put your stop down here. That's a little risky though. That's a little too much risk on for there. So let's recap. Just because it broke purple here, we have to consider that thin structure. We want deep structure. This is thin structure. We see the resistance right here at on pink. This break retest would have been the only play on pink here, and then you have to take your profit exactly on 72.72 for this play, which is why I marked out exactly 72.72, and it happened. It happened exactly as we marked it. This is not an accident. None of this is an accident. Think of when I put 72.72 here in the first place. A long time ago. We already knew this was gonna happen. We already knew. So we're still dancing between top of the lick box and pink. So unless you know something I don't, we're in the middle of the water here. There's no trade. Now if you took this initial magenta and you're still holding, good on you. We're below the water. Okay. Okay. It's really hard to be wrong twice in a row. That's all I got to say. It's really hard to be wrong twice in a row. Now let it play out. Let the thing happen. Just let it happen. Wait for your confirmation. We know there's liquidity on VWAP, right? Level by level. If you took break of magenta here, level by level. Don't overstay your welcome. Give me one moment. Let's see if we get a dance around VWAP. A dance, what does the dance look like? A little bit of price action in here. Oh man, this computer is bogged down. Let's see if we get any more out of this weak bull cycle. I'm gonna clean up the chart just a bit. We're gonna recap this when the move is over. I want to see this entire thing play out, so then I can gloat. Because you know I love to gloat. I love to gloat. Oh man, I love it. That's probably a bad quality. You know what? That is a bad quality. You shouldn't like to gloat. However, I do think that at this point in time, there's another algo being presented. So I need to pay attention to this now. There's another algo being presented. Maybe not. I think I just needed to adjust. Yeah, I just needed to adjust it. Okay, I'm gonna let this fully play out, and then we're gonna discuss. I'm gonna let it play out. Again, your safety. Somewhere down here, somewhere up here for calls. Somewhere down here for puts. If you're trading in here, you know, you're in the middle of the water. That's the highest risk. Essentially, look at the 5-minute chart. All we've done is extend it out. That's all we did. All we did is extend it, right? You're still in the lick box here. All right, let's see what we got. We identified this chop since early this morning. This is in our trading, or this is in our 30-minute chart for the Discord. This has already been planned out. We already knew to expect this. So whenever you see that range right there, you know you got to get in and get out. Take your money. I'm gonna clean up the chart just so we can see what's going on. I don't want too much noise. We don't need all the noise. We just need to look at the price action. The market will reveal itself. It's gonna tell us exactly what it's gonna do. If we're making this pink resistance, We want to see if this pink's going to be resistance or if it's going to be support. On a micro scale, we have this. So just be patient. We don't want to get stuck between VWAP and pink again. We don't want to get stuck between VWAP and pink. This is, we already said this. This is the thing. So now our range is even tighter. So it's gonna break. One way or the other. It's gonna break. They're just building up liquidity. Now we'll be prepared. They're forming another algo here. They're forming another one. I already see it. Give it a second. It's about to get way easier. Let's look at higher time frame. .30 says we're above the water. Maybe gonna start this bear cycle, but we might have a weak bear cycle, right? So we know what the weak bear cycle means for us in the Discord. Okay, let's see if I need to grab. I'm gonna use. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we stay inside this gray on the 30-minute chart. Okay, so again, it's really hard to be wrong twice in a row. I know I adjusted this purple, that nothing I can do about it. This is what it is. Let's say you took the loss here, you went in on the purple again, 84% rule. This is in the homework, this is in the documents that I provide, 84% rule. If the setup presents itself again, You got an 84% chance that it's going to work in your favor. This is a winner. It's really hard to be wrong twice in a row. You don't have to get them right every single time. Again, we're in blue until we're not. So don't overstay your welcome. You see the resistance right here at 72.72. If you're waiting for this, let me show you again. Jesus, hold on. Just wait for it if you're waiting for it. There's nothing wrong. You don't have to get in the chop. For what reason? We identified all the risk, right? Level by level. Now how you play it, that's on you. And if it just gets stuck in here all day, then you did the right thing. You didn't miss anything. Now just be patient. You didn't miss anything. Just be patient. Here we go. We're in blue until we're not. We see we have resistance at 72.72. You don't want to get caught in between here. I told you where the entries were. If you're not already in this play on the break of purple, which was our entry for our calls, if you're not already in it, you can't get in now, right? You got to wait for some more confirmation. Wait till we get above 72.72. Wait for the break and retest. All right, we called out purple. This is our call entry. This is a winner. If you overstay, you're welcome. Nothing I can do about that. You see the tight range. We're going to recap. Break of magenta was our put scenario. I think we identified it here. This is a winner. Break of magenta, this is a winner. Break of purple for our call scenario, winner. Break of purple, winner. Break of magenta, winner. Break of purple, winner. There's nothing more we can do. There's nothing more we can do. It's all set out in front of you, color coded. Color coded. If you can't follow colors, or if you're colorblind, you need to go somewhere else. Okay? Again, if you didn't take this initial call out, then you can't get in now. We're in the middle of the water here. Wait for the confirmation. And eventually you're going to learn just to follow the strategy. You're going to learn, follow the strategy. You'll have your most success, most consistent wins if you've just followed the strategy. You don't have to be right every time, because with the strategy we develop, it's really hard to be wrong twice in a row. Very hard to be wrong twice in a row. You have to actively work against yourself to be wrong twice. So if you manage your risk properly, you'll know exactly what to do. Meaning, okay, 84% rule here. I can go a little heavier on my contracts. You recovered any loss and you're in profit at this point. This is all mathematically proven. I do it every day. It's all mathematically proven. I'm not going off of vibes. I'm showing you market structure, market analysis. I don't have a special telephone number for the stock market like some traders claim they do. I think that's wild to say, but you know, they can do whatever they want with their channel. Maybe they got some stuff in their Discord I don't know about. So let's look to see if this microstructure right here plays out like this. Let's look to see if we get something like that. Otherwise, we're in blue until we're not. This blue is highlighted for a reason. This blue is highlighted for a reason with 2. It's 2 because we're still inside the range. That's why. If you didn't take this, you know, you're in the middle of the water. You got to wait for the setup now. If you did take it, you're still trailing this win here. You're still trailing it. So identify your key levels, and you put either right below, right above, depending on your risk tolerance. And if it stops you out, it stops you out. You can always get back in. You can always get back in, but take the profit when it's there. You see how the market's acting today. You got to take what you can. I identified this early this morning. We identified this before the market opened. This is no surprise to us. You know, we were fortunate we were able to get some good. We were fortunate we were able to get, you know, 100% today, but we were fortunate. YouTube doesn't like when I say certain things, so I have to be careful what I'm saying. What is it? We identified, I forgot what it was I was saying. Oh no, here we go. Alright, YouTube is... As soon as I said that, they started messing up my stream. Alright, it's back. As soon as I said that, my stream went messed up. But, that's me being conspiracy theorist. Okay, look, still up on the day. We want to win the war. We want to win the war. And it's tough. It's tough in this range. You know, this range is really tough. Remember, we're in blue until we're not. So you're at the mercy of this blue. You're at the mercy of this blue. And that's pretty much the answer. That is the answer. We're in blue until we're not. So if this doesn't make this support, if the price doesn't make this support somewhere around here, I'm not saying when, I'm saying where, right? If it doesn't make it support, then we need to start looking for blue. So it's very simple, very easy strategy. You don't have to think too much. We know our calls somewhere up here. If you're taking plays in here, that's on you. I can't do anything about that. Why is that? Because look, we already identified that this chop was going to happen. We already identified it. You got to take the money that the market gives you and don't be upset with it. Because this is the hard thing. We are doing the hard thing. This is not easy. The hard thing is risking your hard-earned money on some random voice on the internet. I get it. I'm not oblivious to that. I get it. Now you got to be careful on this magenta, right? Because we know that there's liquidity built up on this lick box right here. And we also know that there's microstructure that could form here. So you got to be careful on this break of magenta. Not every break of magenta or break of whatever is going to be a huge dump. Or you know, you got to measure our risk to reward. That's what I'm trying to say. We got to measure risk to reward. So if you could make this play here, then you can, you know, that's very hard to do. To get filled exactly where you want it and to stop out exactly where you want it, that's very hard to do. So we know we're in blue. We know that. You're at the mercy of blue until we're not. Let's look at higher time frame. Just be patient here. We're above the water, so either this bear cycle is gonna fully play out, or it's gonna be a weak bear cycle. Very simple. We already know what to look for week whatever. If you don't know, you gotta ask OG or send me a DM, and I'll tell you exactly what I mean after. That's actually in the lessons. If you listen to the lessons, it's all explained there. See, look at this chop. We don't need to trade in this. For what? We don't need to trade in this. Somewhere up here above 72.72, below 70.14. That's the answer. And why 70.14? Because of this. You want to watch out for this. So nothing's changed. Now they're building liquidity to make the move. We don't know which way it's going to go, so wait for the confirmation. If you're on single contracts and you took the break of purple, then your out should have been on the break of the magenta just to save your account, right? Single contracts, you use the guardrails to get out. The guardrail is the magenta here. You would take your profit here, live to fight another day. Or if you're an OG and you want and you really follow the strategy for OGs or for OG traders, you'll know what the other option is. You got to join the Discord to find out. So the reason why I want single contracts or new traders to get out on I don't want you to, but I'm just making a suggestion, so we can preserve the account. This is the amount of least risk. This is the least risk. Just to preserve your account, and then once you get some stars and stripes under your belt, then you'll be able to make better informed decisions. Hold on, I gotta take this call. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. We're stuck in this range here. Don't overtrade. Somewhere up here above 72.72, somewhere below 70.14. This is your safety. If you're trading anywhere in between that, nothing I can do for you. Okay, really quick, before I take myself off mute on the phone. I survived the retracement from the break of purple. Now I can start moving my stop. I embrace the retrace. Now I'm going to start moving my stop. I cannot lose from here. This is profitable. I cannot lose from here. Right? Sky's the limit from here on out. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Really quick, look at the precision. Look at the precision on this right shoulder. Look at the precision. Ain't nobody else doing this. It's not happening. I'm not going off of vibes. I'm using data. If you want to be consistent trader, if you want to make this a business, you got to join the Discord. Send me an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I'll get you sorted, okay? You don't have to do it on your own. We're all in it together. We're all in it together. You don't have to do this on your own. Don't overstay your welcome. You see the range we're in. I put up the guardrail. Don't worry, you're fine. This is you can't lose, right? Break a purple, you cannot lose. Now we're just profiting. This is all profit from here. It's an amazing strategy because it works. We preserve the account. Am I saying we're going to get a home run every time? No, but we can take base hits. We can take base hits and win the World Series like that. We knew there's going to be resistance here. That's why I have it marked out. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. If you're waiting for your quote-unquote safety, it's got to be somewhere above 72.72 with a break and retest. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. Just be patient. Let's look at our 30-minute chart really quick. We knew this was going to happen. This is no surprise. We already knew this. You're in blue until you're not. Oh, need to adjust this. There. This is all we can do in a tight range. This is all we can do. We can only take what the market gives us. This is all we can do in a tight range. We identified the risk. We identified the entries. If you didn't take profit, there's nothing I can do. Or if you feel like you didn't take enough profit, stop it. Stop it. Look, this is tough, right? This is tough. All right, I'm gonna spend another few minutes on here, and then I gotta go to the doctor's appointment. I apologize. I want to see what I want to see which one plays out. I'm curious to know which one plays out, so maybe I'm just gonna be patient here. I'm gonna start getting ready in the background. I'm gonna get ready in the background. I'll be here. So if I'm quiet, I'm just in the background. Here's the setup. Somewhere above 72.72, somewhere below 70.14 for your puts. Calls up here, puts down here. That's the answer. I'll be right back. Let's see if the legs cross or if they separate. If you don't know what legs crossing or separate means, you gotta join the Discord. Send me an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I'll get you sorted. If you made a little bit of money from the live stream today, how about you send a like? Likes are free. You don't have to pay for that. Hit a like on the live stream. The only thing I'd be cautious here is for the stop hunt. So wait for the break and retest. Wait for the break and retest. Why? The reason why we want to wait for the break and retest, because we don't want them to, hold on. We want to make sure they're not just going to grab liquidity and then shoot down. So wait for the break and retest. That's your safety. If it just shoots up without you, nothing we can do about that. If you're not already in the play from purple, nothing, you're in the middle of the water here. You got to wait for the setup now. Purple was our entry. You're in blue until you're not. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. I'm still here. I'm just being quiet. I'm getting ready in the background. I need to make an appointment. Now, if you made money today, why sit here and trade all day? Take your money and leave. You see the market. You see what's happening. We're in blue until we're not. Take your money and leave. Do me a favor, explain the Iron Condor really quick, briefly. Briefly explain Iron Condor. Are those all 0 DTEs? Okay. So we're hoping on theta now. We want theta to kick in, right? This is a theta play. So what Ron's doing is, I get, you know, using the trading plan, we expected some chop in here. Oh, excuse me. We expected some chop. He used the trading plan to come up, formulate a plan that if it does get stuck in here, we want theta, we want time decay, because he's making money on the time decay. So the more time goes on, the more his contract, or the more his plays are profiting. We're gonna have. I think we should put together a session, one of these days on the weekend. We'll put together a group session and we'll talk about, you know, if you get caught in chop, stuff like that, how we could, you know, either make a spread or a caller, something like that. So you're not stuck. Or plays like this when you expect a choppy day to make money no matter what, right? Even in chop. That's why options are the best. I'm sorry. I think options are the best. You have far more opportunities for options, and you can always recover. You can always recover if you know the proper strategy, the proper play. You can always recover, or at least minimize your loss. Minimize the loss. Like, I think options are the best for that reason. And now that it's like halfway through the day, I gotta get out of here soon. Now that it's halfway through the day, theta is gonna really start kicking in now. So his contracts, the longer it stays here, is gonna start gaining value. The longer it's, I'm not sure what strikes he picked. Hopefully, you know, he collared inside here, or he strangled inside here. But as long as he's strangled inside here, the range that I specified, if he's collared in this range, now that the time decay it's halfway through the day, so soon, probably around 12:30, his contracts are going to start getting a lot more value. And then probably when it reaches in here, if it breaks the blue and we start to see movement, maybe he might want to close out his contracts, right? I don't know how he's going to play it, but This is why I think options are it's the best. It's just if you know what you're doing, it's like you can always put on insurance. You can always put on some insurance. That's why I like options, because you always have insurance. So let's say it didn't work out in your favor, your loss is going to be minimal loss. Okay, let me continue getting ready. I'll be right back. We're gonna have a session and we're gonna discuss this. And I know it's all over the internet, but sometimes that's a little convoluted and they're using terms and you gotta look up. You need a goddamn dictionary to look up what the hell they're talking about. We're gonna make it easy. We're gonna make it easy. Careful here, because we might be seeing some weakness in blue, right? So it's either going to do this. It's either going to stay in blue like this, just keep trading inside blue, or we're going to see weakness inside blue and it's going to fall outside of blue. Use the 5-minute chart to guide. Listen, everybody in the world is ready for the break of this 72.72, right? Everybody's waiting for it, and they know. They know everybody in the world is waiting for the break of this 72.72. You think you're the only one? So this is why we gotta watch out for the stop hunt. You think you're the only one that sees all this liquidity built up right here? Hell no. Think again. Watch out for the stop hunt. Your best bet is to wait for the break, retest, reject. You want to see the break, retest, reject. That's your best bet. Because that initial break could be a stop hunt. What you're going to risk there is the opportunity risk. That it just shoots off without you and leaves you in the dust and goes to 74.03. Give me one moment, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Wow, look at this price action. Okay, I have to go. I'm gonna have to call it right here. I'm sorry. I'd love to say. No. Sorry, I'm still here. I have to take a call. I need to get out of here for the doctor. All right, hold on. Let's see what. Oh, man, now is when they want it. And I gotta get out of here. That's unfortunate. I have to get out of here. I can't even take this trade if it hits. So we see resistance right here. Be careful. Watch out for the stop hunt. Your safest bet is going to be wait for the break, retest, reject. Okay. This is going to be your safest bet because we have to watch out for this because this is still in play, right? So you got to watch out for this. Man, I wish I could stay, but I can't. I have to get out of here. I'm already running late. Okay, I'm gonna let it run a little bit more. Oh man, this is bad. I need to go to like my cardiologist. And I'm sitting here trying to day trade. Oh my god, I'm a degenerate. I should not be doing this. This is bad. This is bad. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just such a nerd. I'm so curious to know what's gonna happen, and like I want to see if it's gonna shoot up or if it's gonna break and retest or if it's gonna. I just like to know this information, right? We like to know the risk. I want to know the risk involved here. It's heavy resistance at 72.72. Everybody in the world's waiting for this move. Everybody's waiting for this move. It's not just us. So you got to remember that. And the market makers know this. They're not silly. They're like, okay, we baited retail traders into the trade, so go ahead and sell those put, buy the put, whatever it is, but everyone's waiting for this. Everybody. It wicked, didn't close. It wicked. You gotta wait for the candle to close. 5 seconds left. Five minutes says man, this 5 minutes like really sketchy. It's oversold. The 5 minutes oversold. This doesn't mean anything. I mean, it doesn't mean much, but technically it's looking like it's oversold. Now this could continue oversold for who knows how long. The 30 minutes says you got some room for the up. So it's gonna be a choppy, rough ride. Still haven't really closed below 72.72. Gotta be patient for this. I know Ron's hoping we get stuck in here. Right, Ron? Ron wants it to stay right in here. Ron does not want this to move. Especially now, his theta is kicking in. This would be great for Ron to have a rejection here. This would be really great for Ron. And also, we're prepared for it, right? We're looking for the break and retest reject. That's what we're looking for. Everyone's waiting for this move, not just us. Everybody. Right? And it looks like we're getting some weakness in blue, so these are things we need to consider to manage our risk. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, I have to get out of here. YouTube, that's been my time. It's been a pleasure. If you're interested in learning how to trade like this, send me an email to LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com and I'm going to get you sorted out. We do this every day. I'm offering free session for 24 hours. You get to look at the Discord, get all the information you need, and make a informed decision whether you want to join the community. I highly recommend it. It's very hard to trade off of YouTube. Anyways, that's been my time. YouTube, goodbye. Discord, I'm going to be in there in 1 second.